I'm telling y'all, femininity in these men and emotionalism is just getting out of hand. Y'all come on in so we can talk about this doggone interview with Masika and Sharp. Y'all ready to talk about it? Let's juice.
Come on, Blaze.
It's the beef for me.
Wah, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Voodoo Doll TV, back with a quick little juice or whatever the case may be. And let me just say this, y'all. Here we go again. Just when I thought the schmins were settling down on all this emotionalism and all this stuff that, they running around saying that everybody trying to call them feminine and make them look feminine and make them look weak and all of this. Just when I thought they was going to get their things and get themselves together, here we go again with
another one.
Now, okay, so I was scrolling down YouTube, minding my own business, because I listen to YouTube. Listen, I know I have a channel, but I avidly listen to YouTube. Like, that's what I do. That's part of my pastimes, because I be looking up other stuff, because I be on my channel talking about some things, but I really be on other channels like Dane Calloway. I be on other channels like, my range of YouTubers that I deal with, it varies, and it goes from here to there. Dane Calloway, YouTube, Cynthia Jigger, I be everywhere through the YouTube streets. I don't have just one, channel or one genre of channels that I truly listen to. So I'm scrolling down my feed and I'm looking and I see this interview, and normally I wouldn't even stop to look at it because both of these people get on my nerves. Masika got on my nerves and she was on Love and Hip Hop. She get on my nerves on her Twitter sometimes, which everybody get it wrong sometimes, but Masika she just be loud and wrong. And then this Sharp dude who's supposed to be a so-called black man, who was a so-called alleged pimp back in the day, which I can't see how, he's just annoying and he hate women. You know what I mean? Like the rest of these dudes do. He hate women. So anyway, I saw the interview and I was walking by. I was like, girl, I'm not about to listen to that. But when I saw the title said she made him get up and walk out, it intrigued me. My ears perked up. I said, well, let me go see what the hell going on. So girl, I went down there, looked at the interview. I didn't want to see the whole thing because I really did not care. I just needed to get to the mark where he was getting in his feelings. So I scrolled all the way to the end and I saw where he started getting all hyper and turning colors, and then I said, this must be it. So now, boom, I land on this doggone interview, and what's happening right now is, and I'm going to start playing some of the clips, but what's happening right now is he starts talking to Masika about reality TV. Now, Masika has not been on reality TV, according to her, since 2017. I ain't going to fact check it because I don't care. But she hasn't been on reality TV since 2017. And he's asking her right now, because I guess at the moment she's doing stocks and she's a so-called millionaire. That's what she said. Self-proclaimed millionaire. She's doing very well with stocks. She's married. She's doing all these things. And he's asking her about reality TV. So he asks her, hey, if you had the chance to do reality TV again, what show would you do? She says, I would only do Real Housewives of Atlanta, which makes sense if she's married and she has kids. But he wants her to do the Baddies series. And that's where she got him all in his feelings. So look, I'm going to let y'all see the beginning of this clip so y'all can see how this stuff all started and how it began to unravel. And this emotional so-called masculine dude went all in his feelings. Let me let y'all look at it and I'll come right back with a little bit more commentary.
No, I really want to know are you willing to do any other type of reality shows? And I have one that comes to mind, just with even like Natalie, none of them. Like, would you ever be willing to like go on, baddies or something?
Hell no. What is that? Hell no.
You would never step over to that type of realm.
Anyway,
You would never step over to that realm. I mean, or hell, would you even do your own shit?
So, the only current show in syndication that I would have any desire to do is Housewives. That's the only reality show
Don't you got to be a housewife to like really do that? Or with somebody that they know?
I am a housewife.
But with somebody that they know?
They know me. Who gives a fuck about the husband? No disrespect to the husband.
Right,
no disrespect to the husband.
I would think that they do.
But they don't, because half the housewives aren't even married.
But they make sure that it looks like that, right?
Marlo was never married. No shade to Marlo. Love Marlo. Cherie's divorced. Portia was divorced. Like, Needy got divorced on the show. Kim had a sugar daddy that never came on camera. Like, the title is Housewives, but and this is no shade because these women paved the fucking way. These women are the reason why I would do these shows. So this is not a jab. Most of the housewives ain't never been housewives. I'm currently a housewife. Like, that's not all I am, but like, so I honestly, if you think about it with these shows,
Housewives say,
I would love to stay home.
Well, I thought that was the true definition, the meaning of the show.
It's a remix definition because none of them are actually, none of the women are truly, well, some of them maybe, but most of those women aren't the definition of housewives. That's just the title of the show. So I don't like, and if you think about the show's about the women.
Don't you think that's false advertisement?
Who said it's false? It's a remix definition.
I'm just saying, don't you? Would you?
I mean, if you want to get down to the meat and potatoes, then sure. But who cares?
Hey, Donnie, a show called Housewives and has no real housewives on it. Don't you feel like that's false advertisement?
There's no way that you're. There's no way that today
that's false advertisement. It's like I'm watching a show that's called Housewives.
How many years has this show been on,
and
right?
It has no housewives on it.
How many years has this show been in syndication? At least a decade, right? At least a decade. They have multiple franchises. There's no way you were today years old sitting across from me that you just realized that 90% of them ain't housewives. There's no way that today you realize that.
I don't feel like you sell a false narrative. I mean, yes, you
I'm
have
not
done
on the
some
show.
acting,
How I'm selling
but
it.
It's where you would like to go. I'm saying I don't feel like you would, but you did kind of tell me earlier.
I'm an actress. I'm going to sell whatever you're going to buy.
It's just
a water to a well. I'll sell a polar bear
ice. I just
ice.
feel like it's up because it's like it ruins the shows.
How does it ruin the show when they're the #1 shows trending?
Because it's all false narratives.
And everybody loves it. People love fake.
It was called reality for a reason. It's supposed to be.
It was. That's how I f***ed up because I thought it was going to be real. That's how I f***ed up. When I realized that the only thing real about it is they really trying to f*** you over. Once you realize the game, you can master it. These shows work because people love bull.
So you guys can see from this first clip, he's already starting. He's already getting in his bag to try to get under her skin by arguing back and forth with her saying, well, you shouldn't go on Housewives because it should be a reality show about real housewives, and just making arguments about nothing, girls. Stuff that really do not matter. But, you know, I think he's trolling at this moment. I do believe that he's actually trolling, but ultimately it's going to end up backfiring on him because he going to be the one to get up and run off in his emotions. And it's just emotions taking me over. And I didn't like that for him. You know what I'm saying? Sharp is already giving me very effeminate down low, but I got to put on this mask of masculinity in front of these women because I can't do it in front of no men. You know what I mean? He already gave me that. So I didn't understand why. Well, no, I do understand why he's doing what he's doing because he only do it to women. I think I did another video on him a while ago about him going in on women because that's just the type of things that effeminate men do. Listen, let me tell y'all something too if y'all don't know this. Pimps are effeminate men. When you look at any pimp you've ever just think about a pimp that you've seen on TV. Think about a pimp that you know in real life. Pimps are very effeminate men. There's a lot of things about them that are very feminine. So I understand, you know what I mean, kind of where he's going with this, you know, because that's just what he does. He's used to dealing with women, but women with low brain cells and low self-esteem. But see, Masika, for some odd reason, he didn't realize, and I didn't realize neither, she actually has a noggin on her head. She actually has a brain. Like, you're not just about to say anything to her. So this is the startup girl. Now, this is where it starts to make the turn because he didn't like the fact that she didn't want to go on baddies. She'd rather go on Real Housewives. This is where he started to, you know, his pussy started to itch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let me let y'all look at this and I'll come right back with some commentary.
So
they love to be lied
that's
to.
Why I asked you. If you know this, why wouldn't you go on something like baddies? I mean, shit.
Because I'm not about to be subjected to walking in a scene where bitches like, my objective is to fight. I'm a pretty bitch. I don't want to break a goddamn nail. And on some, like, at the end of the day, like, I get crazy. Like, don't touch me. I don't want to fight. Like, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight, sweetheart. But if I have to, like, I'm a.
They might not fuck with you. Shit, they might not. I'm saying,
but like, that's not me. Like, I'm a pretty girl. Like, and they might. But like, end of the day, these bitches are trying to figure out how to get camera time.
Yeah.
And if they know I'm gonna get camera time if I just start.
What if you are the version that Tommy should have been coming in the house?
I don't care.
You know?
I don't care. Like,
So
I have
daughters.
daughters.
Exactly.
I have daughters.
So you have a better understanding to what really
But
be
that's
going
the thing.
on.
I don't have time to sit on camera and talk to unfathered bitches about why they acting like niggas.
Yeah, there we
I don't have
go.
time for that. Because on camera, you got a certain amount of time to do what you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't, off camera, it might make sense. But I know you got this period of time trying to get as much camera time as you can try to get.
You brought it out.
I'm just saying, I don't have time.
So I just wanted to jump in right quick. And you see him starting to basically say, you should go down to baddies and, you know, you could be what Tommy was supposed to be. Because I guess he's trying to say Tommy went down there and started fighting with the younger girls when she should have been the older, more mature person. But Tommy went down there a little with them girls. That's because Tommy are them girls. Those are Tommy are the girls, and the girls gonna be Tommy when they get Tommy age. That's why, number one. Number two, Masika has no reason or shape or she has no want to go down there. She's gonna gain nothing from going to a show called Baddies when she's not going there to fight. That's what them girls want to do. Now, I did want to clear up something Masika said, and see, this is why I say I don't like her sometimes. This is why I say the things she say always make her look stupid and make her look bad and make people just shy away from her, even if she does have a good message. I didn't like the fact that Masika said, I don't have time to be going around there and deal with unfathered bitches. Let me say this, y'all. I understand what she was saying, but she has to learn to create a better delivery with the things that she say. Maybe she don't care, but what she was trying to say was, and I'm gonna try to clear it up from a point of view of a person who grew up in a 2-parent household. What she's trying to say is, hey, look, I don't have time going down there dealing with these women or girls or whoever they are who don't know and understand what it is like to have a father to pour into you. And because of that, you react to the world the way that you're reacting, i.e. your Krishans of the world, i.e. your Tommies of the world, i.e. all of these Jocelyn Hernandez, all of these girls who, even if their father was physically there, did not pour into them. They don't understand and have a different outlook the way that girls who grew up with active fathers in their lives. Does that make sense? Like, hold on, let me see how I say it. So this is basically no slight to nobody, but I'll just say from my experience, when you grow up with an active father who actually talks to you, who actually does things, like he's in your life, he's actively in your life. He tells you, hey baby, don't do this. Hey baby, watch out for that. Hey baby, I see this. And you know, they can kind of give you cues and warnings and stuff. You have a different outlook on life. So basically you look at the way you choose men is different. The type of man you choose is going to be different. The type of friends you hang around is going to be different. Like for instance, I wouldn't hang around the likes of a Tommy or none of these girls because I'm not trying to be nowhere fighting. You know what I mean? Like you just have a different outlook on life, and you get a lot of those values from both parents, your mother and your father. But when you have a father, he teaches you things about life that that your mother can't teach you. It's not just boys who need their father, girls need them too. So I understood that that's what she was trying to say. But calling them girls unfathered bitches, that's why nobody don't listen to you, Masika. That's why you get it wrong a lot of the times, because you just so ignorant. And you putting yourself on a pedestal as if you better than them because you had a father. And I know she's gonna clear it up and say she's not better than them, but ultimately you have to figure out a way to deliver your message, because people don't really deal with you, and it's because of that. All right, let me let y'all finish this conversation.
I don't have time. I got a daddy. I got a mother. My parents were married for 43 years. You know what I'm saying? And regardless of like whether I didn't agree with everything they did everything they could. You know what I'm saying? Like my father didn't let me open doors. My father didn't let me take out trash. Yeah. My father made sure like I always walked on the inside of the street.
Other women that did have daddies to show them.
And again, that's not right. my ministry is not to do that on these type of shows.
And I get that.
On these type of shows.
It seems like it's much needed.
It is, which is why I've created my own show.
And I'll get to that, but like to not even to pinpoint nothing on baddies or nobody, but just like it's gotten like that on a lot of these shows.
Yeah. You
know, and it seems like in some department, it's needed because it does create a true balance. Right?
What's needed?
Just that balance of somebody being like you said, there's a lot of, you feel like a lot of them are fatherless bitches, as I quote, right?
Yeah.
So,
and again, that is not an insult to the women because it wasn't your choice.
It was a little bit.
Yeah. No. It wasn't your choice. You're a product of your environment. Yeah. Like, who can fault someone for not having a daddy? Did you make the nigga leave? No. That's not your fault. But you don't even Right.
For some chicks that have had that.
Right.
So they can see.
Right.
A person only can do what they learn.
Exactly.
They don't just think it by themselves.
Exactly.
It's not a light bulb that goes off. They got to see it.
When you go to school, you go there to learn, right? When you go to concert, you don't go there to learn. So I'm not going to go on a show that's made for fight and try to educate a bitch. She's not there to learn. And there's no capacity for me to be at a concert that's loud. So the square root of pi is 4.3. You're there to have a rave. You're there to scream. You're there to. So I'm not about to walk up into a shit show in a boxing ring talking about, okay, let's talk about your daddy issues.
But that's why
you're there to fight.
But that's why I always notice that there's only a couple, maybe 1 to none, that only pass through that door of superstar movements because of that. The
Cardi B's, the Dreas, the Nene Leakes. There's only a few.
There's not a lot that comes through the door. It's because everybody got that same type of mentality of like, I'm not there to teach none of these bitches. I don't give. Even if I do know the knowledge, even if I do got the keys, I'm not here to teach this bitch because I'm going to treat this shit
I'm here
like
to get what I got to get and move the on. It is cool. It is very cool. It is very cool because guess what you won't do? You're not going to kill yourself trying to save somebody that wants to drown.
No, but you know what? If you can help and you see you can say something, words cost nothing.
So
maybe a bit of energy, but shit, we spend energy towards bullshit.
Previous life, did you tell these bitches that they're throwing away their lives?
Throw away whose life?
Back in your previous life,
okay,
or your previous career, did you tell these bitches that you was hoeing out? Baby, don't sell your.
All right, so this is where the argument started to get disingenuous, right? She's trying to tell him it don't make sense for me to go on no damn baddies because they're there to fight. They're not there to learn anything. That wouldn't be the platform or the environment or the arena where I would go and try to teach a bunch of girls. That ain't charm school. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make sense for me to go on the show where these girls know they just there to fight and try to teach them nothing because that's not what they want to do. You know what I mean? Listen. He knows what he's doing. He's trying to get under her skin. First of all, he's trying to deduce her to a girl who would be on baddies because certain girls, you wouldn't see them on baddies. To be completely honest, even Masika on Love and Hip Hop, I don't know if it was Hollywood or LA, I can't remember, but she didn't give me baddies vibe. She just didn't. You know what I mean? But for some odd reason, he wants to basically tell her that she should go over there and teach to them. And then trying to make it seem like it's her job to do so as if he wouldn't, like as if he's doing the same thing. You were a pimp, sir. This is what you said. You were a pimp. And I love how she turned it around on him and said, did you go back and tell the women who you had selling they cooches that they shouldn't, that they could do better, they could get better, that they shouldn't do it? Of course he didn't, because it served him. And he's not giving no game to nobody right now, even on the platform that he has. He invites women on his platform to go back and forth with him. It's just very disingenuous. And that's why it's gonna be funny when she backfired all of this stuff on him, because he's not being a genuine person. He's trying to create an argument and basically try to tell her the only reason you only have one Nene Leakes and one this one and one that one is because of that mentality. Don't try to browbeat that girl about something that you ain't doing. You say you a black man. You say you a black man. Why you ain't out here on your podcast, or I'm sorry, on that white man's podcast? Why you ain't over there doing segments on how black men could better themselves? Stop with the cap. Listen, this is hilarious. Let y'all get back to it.
It's not throwing the rights away.
You should have. You should have said, baby, you have more value. Don't sell your coochie and bring me your money. But you did it because they weren't there to learn. They were there to turn tricks and make money.
Let me tell you something.
So why the fuck should I be better than you?
Commentate. I'm going to tell you this, baby. See, me being in the game and how I move, sweetie, they gave it to me. I never had to go sit there and do any of that. I got to
sit there and do it?
I'm just telling you, baby, you don't have to do anything.
Exactly.
But if it's a certain type of knowledge, I'm going to still give the bitch the knowledge. Shit, if that's what she's already doing.
But you still going to say, bitch, run me my money.
That don't got nothing to do with bread.
It do.
That's common sense that you're giving people.
It do.
That's common sense that you're giving people.
I'm not going to go in the lion's den. I'm not going to go in the lion's den.
Higher learning that you're giving them, like, hey, you got to pay a fee to get this part.
I ain't a school teacher.
That's basic knowledge.
I ain't a school teacher.
Around to people. Well,
and I pass it around on a different platform. I do.
But that's why we're... is because we're not willing to share that or process that with
I
each
share it
other.
all day, every day.
That's the problem.
I share
but you
it
just
all
said right
day,
now,
every
hey,
day. I'm not going to go on a
anywhere
show
you go,
for fighting to share
I don't
it.
give a where you go. You should always be willing to spread knowledge.
That's ridiculous.
I don't give a where you go, and that's where we f up.
That's ridiculous.
And
That's
where we
ridiculous.
f up.
That's because you don't do that.
That's where we.
You ain't gonna do
I
it.
always do. Even if it come off aggressive, I'm always trying to give some game. Whether they reciprocate it
But
in the
guess
way
what?
that they're supposed
You can
to,
pick and choose
reciprocate it
what
like it
doors
doesn't
you
matter.
go through. I'm not going somewhere I don't feel welcome to try to be welcome.
It's not
That's
about
ridiculous.
that. It's not about
It is-
that.
Why the f do I need to go on baddies to
stick
educate
with.
some bitches that want to fight? Why the f do I need to do that? That's
You don't have to, but you just
Exactly.
coming in there, that's blessings. Doing that type of
and
shit
guess what?
is still
Guess
being
what?
a
Guess
blessing.
what? I am a blessing. And when I realized that my no was stronger than my yes, I became more powerful. So no, I ain't doing no damn shit that's beneath me to try to educate some people that don't want to fucking learn. Because that's a waste of my time and energy when I have children to educate. And on my platform that's not for fighting, that's where I do it at. I'm not gonna go in the boxing ring and try to make people eat fucking vegan food. That's what
is beneath you. That's why. And I get where your whole mixture is.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not saying anybody's beneath me. I'm saying I'm not going into the lion's den dressed in meat and thinking that someone's gonna listen to me. All they want to do is
nobody said that.
That's a lion's
But as long
den.
as you
I'm not
keep in
going
your
in
game, and
covered
you know
in
speaking
meat
truth,
and tell
that's
people,
all
wait,
that
lions, wait,
She
listen
don't
to me.
want that.
I don't.
She want to know more than them bitches.
You sound
She
crazy.
wanna
No,
shit
I
on
do
her.
know more.
You want to take a sideways steamy shit. Yep. You want to sit
If
there.
I
and
went
go,
on that
I got
show,
the
I
whole
would.
loaf of bread.
If I went on that
got
show,
the
that
whole
is what
loaf
I
of
would
bread.
wanna
That's
do.
why bitches on that show be taking bitches.
You know what?
bread.
You're mad because I'm not letting you
Whoa.
try to get me out of my point.
I'm not mad.
You are.
No.
You're aggressive.
Baby, I'm not.
There's absolutely no reason
You start getting
in
loud with
heaven,
me.
hell, or earth.
I'm just asking
There's
you
no reason in heaven, hell, or earth
questions.
for me to go do some dumbass shit to try to
not
educate
dumb.
bitches. I would be a dumb
not
bitch.
dumb. It's
I'd
not
be a
dumb,
dumb
baby.
bitch
It's not
walking
dumb.
into a
not dumb.
boxing match
not
trying to
dumb.
get everybody to sing him.
This the real you right here.
That's stupid. That's dumb as fuck. That's why I left
You gonna get
Love and
just
Hip
as
Hop.
crazy as
Yo, let me come in real quick to say this, y'all. When she said when I realized my no was more powerful than my yes, she said that put me, listen, that sent me. She said that gave her power. Listen, your no is always more powerful than your yes. And I know I'm starting in the middle or toward the end of what this whole interview was saying, but that part I wanted to really highlight. Y'all black women especially, we have to really utilize our no's because everybody's always expecting us to say yes. So shout out to her for standing up in this interview against this pimp. But let me just say this and go over a couple of things that he was trying to bring up to her. He's basically trying to tell this girl to go to baddies and basically educate these girls. And like she said, I'm not going into the lion's den dressed in meat. Why would I go there? And if you listen to what he said, it actually came out. He said, because you're on that level. He wants to deduce her and make her feel like she's less than and make her feel like you baddies level, like I said before. And he's trying to basically convince this girl that because she don't want to go on this show and teach these girls about something they not there to be taught about, that she's a bad person and she thinks she's above them. This is insanity. This is gaslighting and manipulation, mental manipulation at its finest, but it's not working. You see, this is how you know he wasn't a good pimp, right? When you speak to a woman who's intelligent or a woman who has any sort of what do you want to say? A woman who has any sort of self-confidence, you cannot convince her of anything that she doesn't want to believe or convinced. Like, you cannot tell a woman of a statue mentality, of a woman who have a mentality stature that you cannot break. You cannot tell her what she's gonna believe. You cannot convince her of something that she don't believe. And he's trying to tell this girl and make her feel like she ain't nothing because she don't want to go on baddies and battle these girls. It does not make sense. It does not make sense. Like, nothing he's saying is making sense. And like I said, as if he's doing it on his platform. Well, it's not his platform, but you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, this dude is weird. And any woman who let him pimp them really had really bad self-esteem issues. I think all women who sell their bodies have self-esteem issues. And it's not a dig. It's just you have to tap into a low level of yourself to just sell physically, like transactionally sell your body. You know what I mean? But ultimately, he's trying to get up under her skin and it ain't working. He's trying to get her out of her point. Like she said, you mad because you trying to get me out my point and I ain't letting you get me out my point. The point is, it would make absolutely no sense for me to go there trying to talk to these girls. Basically. But see, this is where he's starting to get riled up, y'all. This is where it starts to get good because he's actually realizing now that he can't penetrate her mind like he did to the so-called women that he was pimping back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Allegedly, because I don't believe it. He's realizing that he cannot penetrate her mind even like some of the women he's had on that platform before. He's realizing that he can't penetrate her the way that he wants to and manipulate her. So this is what's going to happen. He's going to get emotionally charged, as you can see right here in this video, because he's realizing my words aren't getting through to her and there's nothing that I can do to get this woman to really be upset. So now I got to just start cussing and acting a damn fool. You know what I mean? Let me let y'all see the rest of this interview and I'll come back with final commentary.
Because at the end of the day, I have daughters that are going to be looking at me.
Just as crazy as them bitches. That's why I said I feel like it's a perfect fit.
Well, you know what? If you feel like that, then you go fucking get some of them bitches that you used to pimp, and you go put them on there.
What's that got to do with anything?
Because you talking like you Father Teresa.
This is what you're into now, and I'm not
going to say what you say
because to you that's a personal jab. I'm just talking to you about what you've already been into. You're into reality TV.
No, baby, you said this is what I'm into right now.
I quit. TV, baby.
I quit in 2017.
Reality TV. What is the year? Go back to my mother.
What is the year?
That got to do
what
with
is
you.
The year?
I'm gonna be honest with
what
you.
Is the year?
Take that more past.
What year are we in?
We're in your present.
What year are we in?
Hey,
2023. No, you said this is what I'm into. I quit in 2017.
Don't you do reality TV?
What year is it?
You know you on some
What
bullshit.
year is it?
Don't
2023.
You do reality TV?
I quit in 2017, honey.
But this is what you
said this is what I currently do. What is the year? Can you do math? That was 6 years ago.
It don't matter.
You said this is what I currently do. No, this is what you think I do.
Still want to go.
How you telling me what I want to do?
That's all I know you asked. Not for
That's
your
your fault.
music.
That's your fault.
Your fault.
No, it's not your. No, it's not my fault. I do a great job, which is why I made millions off of the stock market, honey.
Millions off the stock market. Exactly. You wouldn't even need it. Music. You wouldn't want.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. I want it.
Music takes away from your family.
I don't need it. I want it. I love it. I love it.
You already
because I love it.
You full
exactly.
Of shit
and
now,
like I said, I waited until I was a rich ass bitch to be able to do everything that I wanted to do. I love this. What's your sign, honey?
The rose.
What's your sign, baby? What's your baby, the rose got to you.
No,
you got veins popping out your neck.
I asked you a couple questions,
and
baby.
You mad?
I asked you a couple questions.
I love it. What's your sign?
You see me mad at another podcast.
What's your sign?
Virgo.
Virgo.
Yes. I wouldn't even answer your question if I was mad. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay.
I wouldn't even answer your question.
Why you so like?
This is just me, baby. We're in the Shark Tank. No jumper. Sharpest, coolest podcast in the fucking world.
Anyway.
I done let you ramble on for the longest round this. But I'm just letting you know, baby, I got the bigger microphone. And I'm just letting you know
you
off
can have
the dribble.
Bigger microphone. This is your show.
Off the dribble, this is still what you do.
This is your show.
You still shop yourself around like that.
Reality TV is not what I do. And even if it is, I create my own show. Why would I want to?
None of them bitches. You shouldn't have to.
Why would I want to?
Love and peace.
You sound crazy.
I know I do, because you're going to go in there and spread hate. Hey, Donnie.
No, I ain't going to go in there at all. I ain't gonna go in there at all. That's why they have a VIP section with VIP ropes, and they don't let certain people pass the ropes. That's why certain people pass the VIP rope, honey. I'm not going. I'm not doing. I'm not jumping in the crowd. I'm not on the stage for the reason. Well, I'm on the stage for a reason.
You know you be playing.
No, you playing. And you playing yourself. You so mad. Listen, you can get in that camera all you want. I said what the said. I ain't played the thing. Only thing I play is the piano, and I ain't even that good at it. What? Did you pour something else in that cup? Well, that's why I'm a millionaire, baby, off of everything else, and that's why I paid to quit, and that's why I paid to get out of the contract. No, I came on here because. Why are you off camera talking? Are you that mad? Are you that mad? You are mad. You got veins popping up here. You got veins popping up. You must be mixed. You turning red. Are you mixed? Are you mixed? Are you mixed? Okay, I can tell because you turning red. You turning red. You got that white up in you. You got that white up in you. And I said what I said. And I said what I said, and I'm going to sit on it. I'm going to sit like a lady, and I'm going to keep sitting like a lady. I'm going to keep sitting like a lady. I'm going to say what I say, and I'm not going to stand up. I'm going to keep sitting. I'm going to keep sitting in my Balenciaga shoes and my Balenciaga skirt. I'm going to keep sitting looking pretty. I'm going to keep sitting looking pretty, and you're going to act shitty. I don't act, baby. I'm a queen, honey. Nah, that's what you do. That's what you do. That's what I did. That's what I did. You don't know the year. It is 2023. You wanna dumpster dive in 2017? You do that. You sound crazy. You sound really crazy. You sound really crazy. You sound crazy. I didn't say you are crazy. I said you sound crazy. You sound crazy though. You sound crazy. You sound crazy. Are you gonna sit down or you walking out? Are you gonna sit down or you walking out? So then close out. Yo, goddamn dog, close the fuck out. Close the fuck out. Close the fuck out. You didn't close out, you just got up. Honey, you didn't close out. Your job is to close out. You just got up and walked out. You're still talking off camera. You're still talking off camera.
Yo, when I tell you the ability for Masika to be able to sit pretty and make him wig out and crash out the way that she did is sending me to the king. Listen, shout out to Masika, girl. You did your thing. You did your big one, fat. You basically reversed that energy he was trying to put onto you. You reversed it and put it onto him. Let's go over some of the things so we can get up out of here, girl. Listen. First of all, Masika was like, I quit reality TV in 2017 because he's trying to say, that's what you do. No, you know, he talked like he got a little thing on his throat. You know how when the people be smoking on TV and when they get cancer, they get on there and say, don't smoke. This is what it sounds like when you smoke. Any questions? You know, that's how he sound. You know what I'm saying? So he's over there talking about you. That's what you do. That's what you do. And she was like, that's what I did in 2017. Right now, I don't do that. And listen, this the part that was killing me. When she said, baby, I'm a millionaire off of stocks and other things. Oh, he ain't like that. He ain't like it, y'all. He ain't like it. When she said, baby, I'm a stock person and I make millions off of stocks. I paid to quit. You know what that means when she says she paid to quit? That means she was under contract. When you under contract with these reality TV shows, you can't do nothing else. Nothing else. And the only way to get out of those contracts are to buy yourselves out. Most people don't have the money, which is why they get stuck. But see, Masika was around there playing the stock market, which means she has some level of intelligence. She around there playing the stock market, making millions, and ended up buying herself out the contract. He don't like that. See, very insecure men do not like secure women. Oh, it drives them up a wall. It sends them to the king. They don't like it. You know what I mean? He's trying to, he bringing up anything. He's throwing darts. He's just throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks. Talking about, well, you said you wanted music. You don't need music. Music take you away from your family. She wanted to do music. Like she said, I don't have to. That's something I wanted to do and I did. You know what I mean? He's just trying to find a way to say, you know what I mean? Like to make this girl feel bad and it's not working and he don't like it. He don't like it. I love how she started taunting him saying, you mad? What's your sign? She diverted the conversation to calm him down and everything. It was almost like watching a mother and her toddler. You know how when your son, when your child is throwing a temper tantrum and you could either do one or two things. You could either beat their behinds or make them go to sleep or you can sit there and reason with them and talk to them and try to understand why they're doing what they're doing and kind of divert the situation a little bit so they don't realize they throwing a temper tantrum. That's what Masika did. And he didn't like it. Talking about, I wouldn't have answered your question if I was mad. Yeah, you mad. You big mad, bro. And this was the kicker, y'all. This was the one that got me. He's trying to close out the podcast. If y'all notice, he kept saying no jumper, Sharp Tank, whatever. He trying to close out the podcast. And the white man behind the camera told him he can't close it out. He was going to keep it going. He trying to close it out. He literally stormed away because he was trying to close out the podcast and they didn't want to close it out. And you heard what that white man said. You got to go get back on camera. Did. Go back and listen to it. The man in the background said, you got to go get back on camera. Look, and then when she said, you really mad, start taunting him and all of that, she then turns around and tells him, you turning colors, you mix or something? Then he said, yeah, I'm mixed. She said, because you sure turning red. Let me tell y'all something, that is not a black man. That man right there is not a black man. And he went on a whole tangent because he was using the N-word. And he was trying to tell these nignogs that it's okay for him to use the N-word because he's black. He is not black. Just because he looked like he want to be black because he got tattoos, that is not a black man. I don't care what nobody says. And I know black people make all shades and colors of people. I get it. That ain't that. That ain't that and this ain't that. he is not a black man. So it you know, the slow nignogs who follow him, because it's kind of like a fresh and fit kind of like, you know, platform that he got. It's a bunch of slow, you know, nignogs that follow him that just hate women because they can't get them. You know, they wish they could have a woman like Masika in their presence. But you know, they were the ones who okayed it for him to say the N-word. But it makes sense because they clear women to say it, to use the word too. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to it. She owned him, okay? Do you hear me? I love the way she kept her composure. I love the way she kept her femininity. I love the way she said, I'm going to sit here pretty in my Balenciagas and my skirt. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And it was like parasites under his skin. I love this. Masika, you did your big one on this one. I don't care what he's talking about, girl. It was all a plan. It was a scheme Ty set up for him to basically get you out of character, get you to acting a damn fool, and it backfired on him because you didn't want to do it. Even when Masika started getting loud and started, you know, saying, you know, raising her voice, she would even realize it and calm her voice down and be like, why are you mad? Why are you mad? Don't do that. Why are you walking away? Why are you walking? Listen, shout out to Masika. Y'all got to take a doggone page out of Masika's book. That is how you deal with these nignogs. You don't try to reason with them. You just take the energy that they're trying to put onto you and then you just shoot it back to them. He could not take the fact that she was a beautiful, accomplished, successful, self-made millionaire. And he cannot get under her skin. Oh, that was the big one, Masika. Shout out to Masika. Hey, let me just say this too. When you work for the white man, you know how what's his name? 6ix9ine came say you have to. Let me play that little bitty clip right here, because this is one of those you have to moments. Check this out.
You have to do this interview. You have to. If you don't want to, you have to. You have to go see this person and sit down and talk to them. You have to go and do this. You have to.
Yo, that sent me. I love being independent. You know what I'm saying? And Masika set her pretty self there, like she said, in her Balenciaga shoes and her Balenciaga skirt. And she said pretty while this fool go off and run into a temper tantrum. Listen, ladies, take note. First of all, stop going on these podcasts. Let me just start there. I don't know why we continue to go on these podcasts. I don't care how much they pay. They are using you for clicks and views, and they are using you to fuel them hateful little demons that we call black males. And not all of them, just the ones that be on these podcasts and be tuning in. They're using you to fuel those little demons to do, you know, negative things to us. So number one, stop going on these podcasts. But if you should happen to find yourself, hear me out. If you should happen to find yourself in a situation like this, because see, these nignogs are everywhere. They are all over. They like roaches. You know what I'm saying? If you should happen to find yourself in a situation like Masika, just keep it cute, sis. Don't let them get you out your character, because that's what they want to do, because they don't have no actual intellectual argument. You get it? Sharp literally had no intellectual argument. He was literally up here dragging this girl because she don't want to go on baddies. And really, in his mind and in his weird ass followers' mind, they really believe that she should be okay to go on baddies. And that's another thing too. You see what these dudes do? They move the goalposts. On one end, you got them up here hollering, oh, look at how black women out here doing themselves. Oh, y'all don't have no respect for yourself. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then on the other end, the same people hollering, but you should go on baddies. Girl, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. Shout out to Masika, even though you still get on my nerves. I still don't really deal with you. I don't dislike you. I just don't deal with you. But shout out to you for getting under this nignog skin, well, alleged nignog, because that's what he claimed he is. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think about this interview. This shit had me rolling up the river, not down the river, up the river, okay? Y'all drop down in the comments per usual. Please like, share the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Make sure all y'all notifications is on. And child, I will see y'all hoes in the comments and later. Bye.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.